All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
34 degrees, mostly clear at 8:20. Good evening, I'm Lane Bajardi. Here's what's happening. It was a story that shocked us in 2018. A New Jersey man accused of murdering his brother's family to cover up his own theft. Today, he was convicted of the crimes. NYPD officers traveled to South Korea to take custody of a man wanted for a murder in Queens 24 years ago. Amtrak will join New Jersey Transit and Pathfinders next week, dealing with major service changes. Get ready to shred your ex this Valentine's Day in exchange for a free bagel. In 1010 Wins Entertainment, Disney is cashing in on the Muppet Show revival. AccuWeather says increasing clouds, some snow or flurries well after midnight. Snow may coat the ground in parts of the area, low 27. Clouds left over a flurry or two to start the day Saturday, then becoming mostly sunny and not as chilly. High 45. Men's News Time 8:21. Let's get to where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
A mess tonight at the outbound George, and here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Lower deck of the outbound George. On the New York side, it's a crash. Couple lanes are out and traffic at a dead stop right now. Cross Bronx backup delays about 45 minutes. So once you're to the bridge, upper deck, much better. Luckily, inbound, it is all right. The Lincoln inbound, about half-hour wait. Outbound, about 10 to 15. The Holland looks like a 15-minute backup in either direction. Picking up on the inbound, inside the inbound Queens Midtown Tunnel. The Queensboro Bridge moving better. Northbound, the Henry Hudson Parkway, a big mess into the 150s, where a stalled car takes up 2 lanes. Traffic back to the 90s. The FDR heading southbound, very busy from the RFK all the way down into the 40s, where there's word of a crash now closing a lane here tonight. Southbound on the Van Wyck in Queens at Hillside Ave. Couple lanes down with an accident. It is back through the Kew Gardens interchange, that backup. And here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3 through Nassau County. Moving well on the LIE. Still no problem spots in the northern or southern states. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
A Monmouth County jury convicts a man accused in the 2018 murders of his brother and his family. Prosecutors say he killed his relatives because his brother discovered he was stealing money from them and their businesses.
Guilty.
Paul Canero, guilty in the 2018 murders of his brother Keith, sister-in-law Jennifer, nephew 11-year-old Jesse, and niece 8-year-old Sophia. The jury deliberating for little more than 4 hours. Canero killed his brother's family and then set their Colts Neck, New Jersey mansion on fire before setting his own home ablaze, all in an effort to confuse and destroy evidence. Monmouth County prosecutor Raymond Santiago saying it didn't work.
We knew from the very beginning that we would follow the evidence, and that's exactly what we did.
Sentencing is May 12th at the Monmouth County Courthouse in Freehold, New Jersey. Monica Guide, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
New York City cops went literally halfway around the world to get their man in a murder case dating back 24 years in Queens.
Time and distance certainly did not deter NYPD investigators. After nearly 24 years, they tracked down their suspect in South Korea, and now Ho Alex Shin is behind bars here in Queens, accused of murder and attempted murder. DA Melinda Katz says Shin stabbed a 22-year-old to death inside a Flushing apartment in 2002 and stabbed another 22-year-old there, but he survived. She says Shin immediately fled the country, leaving the case cold. But the case was reopened, dusted off, and eventually thawed when they tracked Shin down in South Korea. He was arrested in December and then brought here this week. Darius Ramsey's 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
So we've been telling you about how New Jersey Transit and Path Train riders can look forward to a month of commuting hell beginning next week. Now we're learning how Amtrak is also going to be affected by the next phase of the Porter Bridge project. Amtrak service on the Northeast Corridor will be reduced with scheduling changes as electrical equipment moves from the old bridge to the new one. They hope that will wrap up by March 15th, but you know how that can go. As we've been telling you, Midtown direct trains to Penn Station will instead be rerouted to Hoboken Terminal, where riders can try to get on the already packed morning Path trains to Manhattan or transfer to a ferry or 126 bus to the Port Authority bus terminal. A 46-year-old woman murdered on Long Island.
Dr. Richard Dark says he knew something was terribly wrong in the house across the street after a dozen police cars blocked the roadway for 10 hours.
A lot of ambulances came in and some left quietly, which was never a good sign.
Authorities say 46-year-old Adriana Barboza was stabbed to death by her estranged husband, Marcos Marquis Leal. and then he stabbed himself, causing serious injuries.
Oh my God, so sad for them.
Nobody's life should ever be taken.
Leo was charged with second-degree murder. A teenage relative was in the house at the time and suffered a cut to the hand. Sophia Hall, 1010 Wins, at 92.3 FM in Farmingville, Long Island.
Congresswoman Nicole Maliotakis is taking her challenge to the redrawing of her district to the U.S. Supreme Court. The Staten Island Republican asking the nation's highest court to intervene on a state court order that would likely put her at a re-election disadvantage. She filed an emergency petition to stop the Manhattan Supreme Court's decision from moving forward. Her attorneys arguing that waiting on state appellate courts could delay the February 24th start to the next election cycle. We have, 34 degrees, mostly clear skies, going down to 27 in Midtown. Bloomberg Money Watch.
Cheaper prices at the gas pump, lower cost for furniture, auto insurance, and used cars added up, and consumer price pressures eased up in January, with overall inflation rising just 2.4% from a year before. Now on Wall Street, that is raising bets that the Federal Reserve could cut interest rates as many as 3 times this year, and maybe as soon as its meeting in June. And after spending most of the session higher on those hopes, stocks kind of limped into the closing bell. The Dow today up 49 points, but the Nasdaq was 50 points lower. The S&P added just 3. I'm Tom Busby. Bloomberg Money Watch on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
1010 Wins.
When I need it, it's there.
They cover everything.
I like the way they present it.
1010 Wins.
At 92.3 FM.
Wins News Time, 8:30.
Good evening, I'm Mario Bosquez. The day before Valentine's Day, Bagel Market doing just that with a shredder near their cash register, giving away bagels for free. If you, in effect, shred your ex for good.
They say holding out hope for your ex is like putting sour milk back in the fridge. Time to throw it out.
Hopefully not think too deeply about it.
Mohammed Khalil says out with the old, in with the new. At Bagel Market, he's encouraging people to shred photos of their ex or just show him you're deleting it.
Like, oh, that was good move, good, your breakup with him. Everybody take it to a joke, I love, and that's the point.
You get a free bagel and a schmear?
I think it's good. Why not? Help people get over certain things.
Which is why the ladies are lining up.
We have like maybe 50 people coming.
My coworker said it to me, and I was like, okay, why not?
They're leaving with a bagel in their hands, their ex deleted from their phone, and hopefully soon out of their hearts. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Hell's Kitchen.
Wednesday's time 8:31 is get you where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We got a mess at the outbound George lower level tonight. A crash on the New York side. 2 lanes are down. It's at a complete standstill. About a 45-minute backup overall. Cross Bronx approach, the worst. And then upper deck is a bit better if you can use that instead. Inbound, luckily, no backup. The inbound Lincoln is about a half-hour wait. Into Jersey, only about 10 minutes. The Holland, down to a 10 to 15-minute backup each way. The inbound Queens Midtown Tunnel at a standstill. You're a bit better across the Queensboro Bridge. In Manhattan tonight, the northbound Henry Hudson Parkway at a standstill through the 150s. A stalled car takes up the 2 right lanes. Traffic here back into the 90s. The FDR is a bit better, but southbound very busy from the 90s all the way down into the 40s, where there's word of a crash closing at least a lane. Also, NJ Transit commuters, remember, starting Sunday, there's going to be fewer trains and modified schedules for rail lines that operate through the Portal Bridge corridor, including service into New York Penn Station. During this time, NJ Transit will be cross-honoring past the New York Waterway ferries. And currently, NJ Transit does have 15-minute delays in and out of Penn Station because of a speed restriction. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Let's get a check of the AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist John Ferry.
Clouds roll in tonight, and we'll see a little bit of snow and flurries out there well after midnight. It could lead to a few slippery spots into Saturday morning. We're down to 27 in Midtown. And then for tomorrow, clouds giving us some sunshine. A pretty nice afternoon for the middle of February, up to 45. We'll get some melting of the snow that we have on the ground. And partly cloudy tomorrow night, below 31. Mostly cloudy for Sunday. Highs into the upper 30s and near 40. Then we'll see a period of rain or wet snow Sunday night. Little to no snow accumulation expected. But if that storm tracks a little bit closer, we could have some slippery spots that could last into Monday morning. Clouds giving us some sun Monday, high 43, and dry for Tuesday. I'm AccuWeather's John Ferrick on New York's weather station, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
There's nothing fishy about this offer if you're looking for something different this Valentine's Day.
It definitely doesn't smell like roses, but Ambassador Justin Fornell says the Fulton Fish Market floor can be quite romantic.
Once the lights go down and you just have really the signage from all these fish stalls kind of illuminating from the sides, it's really becomes very kind of enchanting.
For Valentine's Day only, the market will be serving up all manner of shellfish and absinthe to wash it down.
But for those who choose to eat in the hot tub, we have these beautiful tables that we've designed that actually go across the top of the hot tub. And in there you'll have white wine, red wine, sparkling wine.
The market's been around for 200 years, but this is the first time it's been open to the public. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
An apparent move to purge DEI from the skies. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the FAA is issuing new mandatory standards for commercial airlines on hiring pilots.
The Transportation Department says Duffy is doubling down on purging DEI from our skies and calling on airlines to formally commit to merit-based hiring for pilots. Under the new mandate, all U.S. carriers will be required to certify that they are not hiring based on race or sex, and failure to do so could subject the airlines to a federal investigation. The FAA administrator says someone's race, sex, or creed has nothing to do with their ability to fly and land aircraft safely.
Cammie McCormick reporting some Senate Democrats launching a probe into the new EPA rule on air pollution. More than 24 of them say they're conducting the independent investigation over the rule change on how health benefits are calculated from curbing air pollution, as the EPA says no longer apply a dollar value to the health benefits. A Brazilian au pair sentenced to 10 years in prison for a scheme to kill her boss's wife and another man in Virginia.
Juliana Perez Malgalhais and Brendan Banfield were having an affair in 2023 when they plotted the murders. They lured a stranger to the house through a fetish website, hoping to pin the wife's murder on him, then kill them both. Ahead of her sentencing, Malgalhais pleaded for mercy.
God and I only know the shame and guilt and sorrow I carry for all I have caused.
The judge sentenced her to the maximum of 10 years, calling it the most serious manslaughter scenario her court had ever seen. Banfield has been convicted of aggravated murder.
Michael Wallace on the story. Their sentencing comes after the killing of Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan last year. The updates you need the moment you need them. 1010 Wins is always on.
The News Watch never stops. This is 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good evening, 34 degrees at 8:40. I'm Mario Bosquez. Here's what's happening. New Jersey man convicted today of killing 4 relatives in a murder and arson plot due to a business relationship gone bad. A gruesome death at a NYCHA building. Cops say a woman found dead, likely crushed in an accidental garbage chute fire. Another New Yorker falls into an icy pond, this time an 11-year-old boy rescued by the FDNY.
We are building a city that every person can navigate with ease.
Mayor Mamdani about changing lanes, so to speak, from the former administration about reviving the Bronx bus lane plan. You better book that trip to Puerto Rico soon. Bad Bunny's Super Bowl show supercharges interest. Planes are filling up fast. AccuWeather, increasing clouds, snow, flurries cannot be ruled out. Overnight low 27. All sports teams are off. When's USAM 841? Let's get you where you need to go with Kelly Dillon.
We've got a mess at the outbound George tonight. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Outbound George, lower level on the New York side, a crash takes up 2 lanes, about a 45-minute wait, especially from the Cross Bronx approach. Upper deck is a little bit better. Inbound, luckily that is fine. The inbound Lincoln is about 25 minutes into Jersey. It's quiet again. The Holland down to 10 minutes both ways right now. We do have a huge mess on the northbound Henry Hudson Parkway into the 150s. Stalled car, 2 right lanes out, traffic into the 90s. The east side is a little bit better, but both ways between the 70s and the RFK, it is stop and go. Some good news on the southbound Van Wyck in Queens at Hillside Ave. A crash here has been cleared. Delay starting to ease out. Here's what we see on Long Island's Big 3. Luckily in Nassau County now. Moving well on the LIE. No trouble spots to report on the northern or southern states. Kelly Dillon, 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
A New Jersey man convicted today of killing 4 relatives in a murder and arson plot due to a business relationship gone bad.
The one-time small business owner turned killer, now convicted of murdering his brother Keith, sister-in-law Jennifer, 11-year-old nephew Jesse, and 8-year-old niece Sophia, shooting and stabbing them to death before setting their Colts Neck mansion on fire and his own home ablaze to destroy bloody clothes and gloves. Family friends in court for the verdict.
A really sweet, nice kid.
She was a bright light. Grateful I got to know her. I miss her.
Sentencing is May 12th. At the Monmouth County Courthouse in Freehold, New Jersey, Monica Guy, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
He faces the possibility of a life term. A gruesome death at a NYCHA building. Cops say a woman found dead, likely crushed in an accidental garbage chute fall. Investigators say this happened at a NYCHA building in Brooklyn, where the police say the remains of Michelle Montgomery, 39, were found inside a processed black bag at 330 Bushwick, the first of this month. The first thought to be a homicide, discovered by workers cleaning the compactor room that morning. Multiple injuries, police say, indicating she was crushed, apparently, after trying to retrieve a purse that had fallen in. Another New Yorker falls into an icy pond, this time an 11-year-old boy, rescued by the FDNY.
Firefighters here at Engine 311, Ladder 158, were alerted by kids banging on the door. FDNY Deputy Assistant Chief Tim Keenan.
When they got in the park, they saw a very chaotic scene with a lot of kids screaming and pointing.
The boy was up to his neck in water as Proby firefighter Sean McMahon crawled out onto the ice attached to a rope.
And I made it about halfway out when the ice gave way.
He swam to the boy.
It was definitely cold, but I mean, all I really had thoughts of is getting to this kid, because regardless if I was cold or not, he was even colder.
The boy is being treated for hypothermia. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Springfield Gardens, Queens.
Police have now identified a suspect in a Bronx subway shooting death in connection with that fatal shooting of the man 41. Now, the hunt is on to find the suspect, identified by police as Alberto Farias, 27, wanted for questioning in the death of Adrian Dawodu of Washington Heights at the 170th Street station Tuesday. No word what led to the confrontation that police say escalated into the shooting. A court order blocking $205 million for the Gateway Tunnel project expired. Now, New Jersey leaders say the money should start flowing.
Workers at the Gateway Tunnel project are gearing up again. These workers are ready to go back underground after the $250 million block expired, but the damage was already felt by worker Adam Pazanowski.
I got the rug pulled out from underneath me.
Governor Mikey Sherrill says the withholding should never have happened.
Because it was illegal what the president did.
She also accused the president of trying to trade cash for naming Penn Station after him, but worker Tracy Porter says that won't matter to his grandkids.
But that's Pop-Pop's too.
Cheryl says she's ready to go back to court if the money stops again. Darius Ramsey's 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM at the Frank Lundenberg station.
In a statement, Governor Hochul said, in part, my message to the Trump administration is simple enough. With the chaos and delays, get people back to work. Well, despite words from the mayor, the Queens DA files a first-degree attempted assault charge against a man described as schizophrenic last month in the case of Jabez Chakraborty, 27, who has pleaded not guilty, appearing at a court hearing virtually from the hospital, still recovering from gunshot wounds sustained January 26. Mayor Mamdani.
Jabez should not be prosecuted by the Queens District Attorney. His handcuffs should be removed, and he should be receiving the care that he needs.
From a press conference today, Chakraborty was shot inside his family's home after a family member called 911 to report he was experiencing a mental health crisis. But investigators say he picked up a large knife and advanced on officers who fired. An apparent reversal of course on two big transit decisions about offset bus lanes and more, forged by the prior administration. Mayor Mamdani.
When curbside lanes were converted to offset lanes on Hillside Avenue in Queens, bus speeds increased by up to 28%. We expect to see a similar rate of success on Fordham Road, and my team is serious about achieving at least a 20% speed improvement on each of our bus priority projects.
From a press conference on the bus earlier today. And in light of what the mayor just said, in Fordham, more bus lanes are coming for the change.
We asked riders waiting at a bus stop along Fordham Road what the commute is normally like around here.
It'd be hectic out here. It'd be mad traffic. Getting to the noontime is going to be busy. Slow traffic.
Robert feels he's late to work more times than he's not.
Bumper to bumper, at least like 15, 20 minutes delay.
Mayor Mamdani's promise to make buses both fast and free is underway, And he's trying to work on the fast part by installing bus lanes on Fordham Road. Trebar thinks it could really help his commute.
It'll give us a lot more transportation to get where we gotta go.
When installed, these lanes will be set up away from the curb to eliminate any issues with illegally parked cars. Mary Lynn Buckley, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM on Fordham Road.
Local lawmakers raising concern amid word ICE has purchased a Hudson Valley site to serve as detention facilities in Chester. A joint letter sent Tuesday to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for local lawmakers raised public safety quality of life concerns. Representative Pat Ryan saying in part, there is not a single local elected official, Democratic or Republican, who wants this or has even been consulted for that matter. Slow progress reported in the desperate search to find Nancy Guthrie, the missing mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie.
Today, the sheriff here in Pima County tells ABC News investigators are making progress, but it is slow and very methodical. They have DNA back on multiple gloves that have been found around Pima County, and now work is being done to see if those gloves are related at all to Guthrie's disappearance or if they're just roadside trash. No gloves were found at the scene. 400 deputies are fanned out working on the case, but it remains unknown who took Nancy Guthrie or her whereabouts. Alex Stone, ABC News, Tucson, Arizona.